Well, welcome to the new year almost.
Almost the whole brand new year. Boy, what happened to the other year?
Boy, I'll tell you what, 2018 has been the year.
I just barely got used to it being 2016, and already it's 2019.
Boy, time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
2018 has been one of the weirdest, most mixed bag years in the history of weird and mixed bag years.
Yes.
Been a lot of really fun, great, wonderful things, and some really not at all great, not wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
We were always planning to go to the Great Oregon Steam Up, and we did, and I hope you guys watched all that on the channel because it was really neat.
Right.
Steam tractors and hit and miss engines and just all kinds of fun, wonderful things.
Yes.
And if we don't get in a wreck here, what are all these people
I'm not
doing?
sure what they're doing. This time of year, you never know. It's New Year's. They're having fun.
Yeah, as long as they're not having too much fun.
Close encounters of the fifth kind.
Yeah, I've never heard that expression, but it fits perfectly.
That was back there.
Yeah, a fifth of something.
Yeah, fifth of something. That wasn't Beethoven.
Could have been. I've never had that particular kind of rye, but we digress. But no, what a year, 2018.
Oh my God.
Just as we were leaving for the Great Oregon Steam Up, we got a phone call from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Not Georgia the person, but Georgia the state. Our friends there, the Beards, and our friend Glenn, the best man at our wedding, had vanished. And they were just wondering if we knew where he was, or if he'd shown up at our place, or
Phone call.
Something, if we knew what was going on. And it's, no, we have no idea. And,
Right.
we even debated canceling Oregon and going to Georgia, but it's like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Drive around and look for him? I mean,
I don't even know where to start.
we don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. If the people who were there don't know what's going on, what good are we going to do there? So we went ahead and went to the Oregon Steam Up, and then once we were up there, just a couple of days into the Steam Up, we got word that they had found Glenn's body.
Yes.
And to this day, we don't know just exactly what happened.
Right.
He's dead, and that's that.
No word why.
No word why,
Why,
really.
no reason.
Some violent cause of death, some form of homicide, and they just won't say
Right.
anything about it.
Nothing.
And that's that. So, bottom line for us is he died. And I guess any more information beyond that would just be sort of trivia. It's just hard to wrap your head around the fact that just suddenly he was gone.
Yeah. Just bizarre.
And no sooner did we get back from Oregon, we were on our way up to the Evanston train show. We were
Right.
actually a couple of days away from going up to the Evanston train show. And we got this panicked phone call from Steve
Yes.
that Al had not woken up.
Right.
He'd fallen asleep at the computer, and come the morning, he was still at the computer. And he hadn't fallen asleep, he just died.
Passed away.
And, well, that was pretty darned unexpected. So all of that happening within just a few days was
It's like, what?
really a bit much. We went ahead and went to the train show, and we didn't bother to show you guys that yet. We've got that footage, and we're going to
Right.
show it to you here pretty soon. The Evanston, Wyoming train show. It was a good train show.
It
But
was really good. And it still shows well even in the new year.
yeah, it'll be fine. It's a good train show.
Yes.
We've got another train show we haven't shown you, which was the NMRA Wasatch Division train show. We filmed that too, and
Right.
haven't done anything with that footage either.
We'll sneak it in there because 'tis the season to start working on trains.
'Tis the season, yeah. We're working on the layout,
We'll get
so
you guys inspired.
we'll get you guys
I
inspired
don't think it
on
takes
all of
much,
that.
though, does it, to get those guys inspired?
It really doesn't.
No.
It's pretty straightforward and simple.
Yes.
All you gotta do is start working on trains. It's like the flu. It's just very contagious.
Contagious. Well, Steve's got me thinking is what the deal is, and I want to sit down and get some work done.
Well, and Steve's got all of us thinking. his reaction to the whole situation with Al and everything that's gone on. Steve's got a new lease on life, and 2019 is going to be a much better year.
Yes.
And 2018, other than the fact that 2018 had these terrifically horrible challenges, it was also a really great year.
Yeah.
If you guys have been following along on the channel, we did some fun and wonderful and great things.
Yes.
We just had these really horrible challenges in the middle of the whole thing.
Right.
So we're hoping we don't get that in 2019.
I hope not, but yeah, life has a way of doing that. That's why it's important to get up every day and count your blessings that you have today.
Yep. And to expect anything at any time,
Yeah.
because nothing's guaranteed. That's why it's so important to keep screwing around at all times.
Yeah, just go out
Because-
and enjoy life.
Get out there and enjoy stuff, because tomorrow might not come around. You might not get a chance to get out there and enjoy stuff. If you don't do it today, you might never do it. So if you got the opportunity to do a thing, do a thing.
That's right. Then the upside, we've had weddings and other fun things.
We've had weddings. That was one of the funnest weddings I've ever been to.
Right.
That was the Mexican wedding march was my funnest. That was the neatest part of the whole darn thing.
That was a lot of fun.
Was the Mexican wedding march, and the food was really good, and
Yes.
the band was really good, and just everything about it was really, really good. So that was fun. And our little jaunt down to Los Angeles
Yes, that was fun.
was really fun. And we've been following along with the big boy.
Yes, that has been really interesting.
Whoa, and Ed and the guys over there in Cheyenne are just getting that big boy whipped into shape.
Oh, man, it's exciting.
Something like that's a really big shape to get whipped into.
Well, it's already in a shape, but then they sort of put it in another shape, and now it's back in shape again.
Well, it's all going back together. Now, we were really getting concerned. It's like, can Ed and those guys really rebuild an entire big boy locomotive in that amount of time? And just about the time it looked like that was impossible, they stopped work on it to rebuild 844. But they got 844 completely done in no time at all. They got back onto the big boy. And those guys are working insane extra hours right now, but they're down to the stuff. They're putting it together.
The fine tuning.
It's all rebuilt and machined and everything's fixed. They just now have to put it back together.
Wow.
And they have been putting it back together now for weeks. And little Birdie told us that just a couple of days ago they saw it parked outside the shop,
Oh my God.
sitting on actual rails.
Ooh.
It's a locomotive again.
That's
Now
right.
it's missing a few parts,
Oh, geez.
but it's all going back together, and it
That's
looks
neat.
like it will be, on track for May 10th. So
No pun intended, or is that a pun intended?
that was a pun intended, yeah.
It's on track.
But it's on track. It's on track for May. And of course, May 10th is the big 150th anniversary of the driving of the Golden Spike with the Union Pacific and Central Pacific and so on. And those festivities are in Utah on the Wasatch Front in Ogden, Utah, and up at Corinne and so on. And people are coming from all over the world for that, and in no small part because the big boy is coming for
It's like
that.
Christmas again, 6 months later.
And and speaking of 6 months, that's less than 6 months from now.
That's
May.
right. Yeah,
May.
it's right there.
So, and what that means is they've got to get all their testing and everything done, which means that here in the next couple of months, I'm wondering if they're not going to hook that big boy to a freight train and just haul it up Sherman Hill.
They might.
They've got to test it. They're not just going to fire it up and go to, take passengers out.
No, not right away.
So
Do some testing.
before May 10th rolls around, they will be testing it. And if Sherman Hill happens to be in your backyard, what a great way to test your big boy, just to hook
Right.
onto a freight train and head for the summit.
Exactly.
And I'm sure hoping that's what they do. I haven't heard anything. I mean, I'm not sneaking some secret news in.
Right.
No, we have no idea what they're planning to do. But that wouldn't be unprecedented. They've done that in the past with their steam engines. And one way or the other, sometime in the next 3 months or so, they should have a working locomotive on their hands.
Right.
We're going to try to figure out some way to be over there to see that.
I hope the weather cooperates.
This is,
That's
not
always a
cooperative weather here.
Well, here, no. But
Well, if we
there,
were in Wyoming
oh.
right now, the snow would be up to here. It'd be blowing 80 miles an hour, and the snow would all be moving horizontally.
Yes,
So
exactly.
even in June, we can get
Yes.
snowed in Wyoming. So all bets are off.
Right.
But anyway, we digress. The essence of all of that is here really soon. They should be throwing a match inside that big boy boiler. And
Yes, that would be neat.
wow. And a lot of other big things coming up this year. We've got the National NMRA Convention in Salt Lake City, and we're going to be there for that.
Absolutely.
And we've got the Narrow Gauge Convention in Sacramento, one of our favorite towns, and we're definitely going to be there for that. And a few other fun and wonderful things going on. So it's going to be a great 2019, we can just tell. As long as it doesn't have any of the downsides that we ran into in 2018.
That's right.
We hope. Well, at any rate, if you haven't been over to the channel, please pop on over to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Sort of helps us out, and it helps out Google, and it helps out the universe, and it just makes everything very, very right with the world. But most importantly, it makes you cool. And you want to be cool.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Especially this time of year.
you want to be a Toyman subscriber if you're not a Toyman subscriber.
Yes.
And the easy way to do that is to click on the blue button. Are you ready for it? Boing! Blue button right there says subscribe. Means exactly what it says. Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. Hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Tuesday with the Collector Show. Bye-bye.
Bye.